7. Are we becoming a postage stamp republic? When I was a boy, I learned a great deal about politics from my stamp collection. In those days, the total number of stamps issued by all these strong nations were very, very few. A collection of all the world's stamps, except the most valuable, could fit into one large album covering all stamps ever issued to 1940. Now, almost that many are issued in 2 or 3 years. In those days, many countries were known to us as postage stamp republics. They were known as very shaky nations, politically and economically, and not likely to have a stable administration. Every few years, a dictator would take over these postage stamp republics. 2 things especially marked these countries, and every boy could spot them in his stamp album. First, the postage stamp republics issued new stamps all the time. Whereas these strong countries rarely changed their stamps, these weaker nations issued new ones several times a year. The main market for these issues was the stamp dealer and collector, cheap stamps for the unwary buyer. Sometimes more stamps were sold to collectors than to users. Second, these postage stamp republics had very obviously unstable economies. Not only were they constantly issuing new stamps, but the postal rates kept rising. Inflation as a fact of economic life was plainly confessed in every new postage stamp. The strong nations then had an unchanging postal cost. The weak, unstable, and inflationary countries had a fluctuating postal rate. Thus, as a boy, I learned not only geography and history, but a great deal about politics and economics from my stamp collection. It is a rather sad knowledge now because I can see that the United States has now become a postage stamp republic. Every so many days, a new stamp or a sheet of different stamps is issued. These are issued to make money because Washington knows that a few million Americans who save stamps will buy and never use these new stamps. The result is a considerable profit to the Postal Service, one of the few areas where it comes out ahead. Moreover, our stamps also reflect inflation. In 1981, we saw an unprecedented fact in American history. We had 3 different postal rates in 1 year: 15 cents, 18 cents, and 20 cents. We may see more dramatic rises in postal rates in the years just ahead. Postage stamp republics have a poor track record in history. They are marked by political instability, inflation, and a loss of freedom. It is time we change something besides our postal rates.